everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are back. We are back from a wonderful week in Maranello with the Ferrari Club of Cork and an amazing factory tour, the fantastic victory in Mexico. We were all there in Maranello to witness that. And anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, Toby, so we're recording this podcast. It's Saturday, the 2nd of November. It's the evening. We've had a big day of motorsport. We've had the 8 hours of Bahrain WEC and also the sprint race in the Formula One at Brazil. And no qualifying, unfortunately, due to the heavy rain in Sao Paulo.
And no win either.
No win either. No. So talking about WEC, I really did think the 51 car was going to bring that home. But unfortunately, a late pit stop and a few issues. We didn't make a win today, which was a shame. But we got second in the end, which was great. The 50 car, which still had a glimmer of a chance of the championship, just wasn't really there today. And obviously had that incident with the Alpine later on in the race. That was that with a puncture. So last race of the season, Toby. How did you find it generally?
Not as eventful as other races that's for sure. I was just excited. I was disappointed to see the 50 car go down from the start. I thought, immediately, but then again, the 6 car did as well, the Porsche. So there was, as you say, a glimmer of hope there. 51. I thought, as we mentioned earlier, Paul, before we were recording this, I thought they were going to run away with it. I thought it looked great for that car. But as things unfold, the safety car, virtual safety cars, incidents, nose change, things happen, and it just wasn't our day today, was it?
No. But as you said, it's with a long race, endurance racing, you can be sort of leading the way, and then you get safety car and other things happen, and it all changes. So it's very interesting racing, isn't it, to watch, because you can never say you're leading the race because it can all change very, very quickly.
I mean, after the safety
strategies and other pit stops.
Sure. I mean, I thought we were completely out of it, and then the safety car happened, and it really sort of threw us back in it again, didn't it? But
it did.
Both the Porsches got past us. We couldn't get past the 6, then the 5 passed us, and it was like, well, it's just not going to be there for us, which is a shame, because I think overall it's been a strong season. It's been good for us, but still a good result. Second place is still strong. In the race today. So,
and also in the LMGT3. The Vista AF Course team were the winners, so that was great to see. So congratulations to them.
Absolutely.
We've got a podcast coming up soon, a WEC review with Robert Allen, which we've had on before. Robert's been on before, so we're going to chat a lot more about the WEC season, and that'll be out hopefully in a couple of weeks' time. So looking forward to that.
Absolutely, yeah. He's the proper expert on all of this. So
absolutely, yeah. He's the man in the know.
He is.
So, as well as the WEC, a busy weekend. We've got Formula One, a great old school track, Sao Paulo. Had the sprint race earlier on today. A little bit of procession, really, wasn't it? McLaren out there in front, dictating the race. And then obviously Charles got passed by Max, but then held station sort of thing. Luckily for Ferrari, Max got a penalty, which promoted Charles to 3rd place. So probably not a lot to talk about. Not a lot of action in the sprint race. How did you find it generally, Toby?
Well, you know what, I saw the practice one, of course, and I thought the race pace was good for us. So I was kind of hoping that would kick in for us, but it seemed to have disappeared a little bit. I don't know why, but there we are. Max, always looks strong, no matter what car is in. He's always going to be there or thereabouts. And obviously McLaren, they're in a league of their own at the moment. But I thought it was. I'm a big Piastri fan, so I thought, I don't really enjoy the swapping it around. Like I think it's a
No,
bit
no.
pointless as well. But um,
Yeah, just for one
anyway,
point, wasn't it, at the end of the day?
yeah,
But it is what it
yeah,
is.
and it's just like and Lando whining on the radio, like sulking. I just thought,
Yeah.
oh God, I could do without that. But sorry, Lando fans, but nothing against him. He's a great driver. I like Piastri, but as far as we're concerned, yeah, just where did the long run pace go? I don't know where that
No.
went. Hopefully it'll be back tomorrow. Maybe it was
Yeah.
temperature
Yeah.
related. I don't know. But yeah, Max getting a penalty that was promotes us. That's great.
Yeah.
So onwards and upwards. But I'm not a sprint race fan, to be honest. I kind of was glad it was done so the proper weekend could start.
No, absolutely. I think the excitement normally of a start of a Formula One race is just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah,
And it's just a
absolutely.
little bit today. It was just a sprint race, so I'm not going to get too excited about the start of the
Yeah.
race. Because before you know it, it'll be finished. The race is done. Um,
And it's also just a bit of a preview, isn't it? And I don't want to know
yeah,
what's coming. I just want to
no,
be surprised and
no,
excited
no,
about what's going to happen in the Grand Prix. So when you get these kind of little spoilers
yeah.
every other weekend or whatever, there's one more left, isn't there? Qatar, is there another one there?
Guitar, yeah, that's it, yeah. But I'm the same as
So
you. When they mentioned sprint races, obviously some years back, 2021, it sort of started. I was thinking, great idea, need more racing in Formula One. But since it's happened, for me, when I see it's a sprint race weekend, I'm a bit like, oh no.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the times of everything. We're getting off topic a little bit here, but the whole
Yeah,
times thing was just
yeah,
is just a
yeah.
nightmare for me. The Friday
Yeah,
practice
Friday
and the
qualifying is not, yeah,
yeah, what's
right.
going on with that? Come on. I
Yeah,
don't know. Today, obviously, they've postponed the quali because of the
yeah,
rain. But
yeah.
for me, it's like, well, they've already done it. Essentially, they've already done it, so just use that anyway. It's no big deal, is it? So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
um,
And also Ollie
because
Behrman's obviously in the Haas due to Kevin not being able to
fantastic,
drive this weekend. And I think he had
fantastic,
he's had a decent couple of days. He
definitely.
overtook the Hulk, didn't he, in today? And
He was very kind to him though. On
he
that
was a little,
overtake.
yeah, he sort of
Yeah,
left the door open
yeah,
quite on the first
yeah.
corner. But again, I think the key thing with Ollie is not to just do a good job, not crash the car, and look competitive, and that's what he did today. I felt.
100%. Yeah, no, I was. It's anyway, onwards and upwards, and the Grand Prix. Hopefully, we get some quali in the morning, and I don't think so though, because the weather it looks
No,
bad,
it's
doesn't it?
looking at a bit of a difficult day tomorrow. So we may need to cancel work on Monday to watch a Monday Grand Prix, maybe.
It's like being in Australia, isn't it? We have to
It is. Yeah,
do
I was
everything a
thinking
day
about this.
late.
It's going to be Tuesday for Rich down in Australia. Richie.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, yeah. Take the day off.
So, Toby, yet again, you're in Maranello. You lucky guy. This time, really special because it was you were going to see going to the factory tour, which is
Yes,
obviously very exclusive, and you were going as part of through the SFC Cork Island group.
absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about the factory tour. Tell us a little bit
Well,
about what you did and what you saw.
well, we had to sign NDAs, so I could tell you everything, but I'd have to kill you. So
That's all right,
that's
don't
the way.
worry.
Um, but well, I mean, first of all, I can't go on with this without saying a massive thank you to SFC Cork Island because, first of all, it was wonderful to meet you guys in person. We've spoken a few times online, but just to see you guys, hang out with you guys, have a beer. You're all incredible people, just wonderful to be around. So thank you so much for having us in part of your team there because it's just fantastic and Don and Joyce do such an incredible amount of work with the organizing and putting everything together. It's flawless what they do. So where your energy comes from, I have no idea. So thank you so much for all your passion and energy, and that is insane. So thank you. As far as the tour itself, well, yeah, what can you say, mate? It's to walk into the factory and we saw. I think the first place we were all given access to was the foundry. So you could see them making the V8s, V6s, the V12s. You could see them. They had very sort of different departments in doing that. It's all very open plan with some
Mm.
greenery in the middle of it to make
Yeah.
the work
You
environment
know,
better.
little plants, haven't they,
Uh,
sort of put in?
yeah, well,
Like,
there's a whole garden in there
yeah,
essentially. Everyone's. It's not cramped conditions. It's all state of the art stuff
yeah,
that's doing this, and you know, it's just beautiful to see it all come together and how it's made, and of course it's the touch that the guys put on the end of it as well. It's not just all machined. They come
mm,
out of that, and things are put together by hand as well.
mm,
Uh, so we came out of that into the bodywork section where these incredible machines, they pick up the bodies of the car, the shells of the car, and they twist them at various angles, so people can remain seated like this and work on that part of the car.
mm.
And then it moves on to the next. They're all station numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So station one always gets to do what he gets to do, and then the car goes to station two, and that always gets done at station two. Um, I was very lucky to see a guy put a Ferrari badge, a shield, on the side of the car,
Oh wow, that's great.
which I just caught it by chance. He was just as we were walking along, he walked round the
Yeah,
side of the car, and it sort of angled up like
yeah.
this, and he had a badge, and he just went up, and he just sort of stood there very carefully, and just put the badge on, and I'm
I mean,
like, wow,
that's the most important thing in the car for me. The badge, isn't it?
yeah,
The
yeah,
metal badge. Yeah. Can you not
absolutely.
say have you got a spare one I can take with me as a gift?
We weren't allowed to interact with any of them,
No,
unfortunately.
no, not thumbs up. No, nothing like
But
that.
you could got the odd eye contact, but they
But you
quickly
can't
sort of
communicate. No, there's no.
no, they didn't want that, and I'm not gonna. I got to respect
No,
everything they want
no, of
us to
course.
do, of
You know,
course. So
you appreciate to do what you've done, and you don't want to.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, and and it just and as you continue the tour of the bodywork, the car gets more complete. So by the time you get round to the
yeah,
other side,
yeah,
it's got the engine in it and the
yeah,
drive shaft, the gearbox, and everything
yeah,
comes together. And there's
yeah,
lots of these automated machines that are,
yeah,
I don't know, the size of a skip, if you like,
yeah,
with wheels on that just carry certain things on
yeah,
it, and they're all automated,
yeah,
and they just go from one side to over there to wherever the station goes, and then it's passed on to the next one,
yeah,
and then it docks itself again, and
yeah.
it's pretty wild.
Amazing. Yeah,
It really is amazing, and again, all very open plan. There's no kind of cramped space. You're not sort of coughing with the environment
yeah,
of bad
yeah.
fumes or anything like that.
No,
It's
no.
um, and it's fantastic, really fantastic to see all of that, and then we came out of that and we went into the F1 factory. And we were bussed across into the F1 factory and we into Fiorano, and we stopped outside the Corsa Clienti and where the hypercars are, all the 499Ps are, and the FXX cars are, um, and of course where all that legendary room, the white room with all the
Yeah,
Formula One cars, just
yeah,
lined up against the wall in sort of some sort of oval,
yeah,
and it's just you know just to be in that space
yeah,
is. I think everyone, all of us, we were just like gobsmacked. There
yeah.
was very few words were said. It was
No,
just all our
no.
mouths were sort of down on the floor. Jaws are on the floor. Just, I can't believe we're in here. We're all
As I
just
said to
like,
you earlier,
what?
it's just the memories and the history. It just goes through your head like as Lauda, Villeneuve, Schumacher,
All of
um,
that.
just all of that. Thinking about them racing those cars,
Yeah,
watched by millions over the world,
I know. I
and
know.
the
It's
pictures.
incredible.
It's amazing.
I think it really changed. My mum was with us,
Yeah,
and she's never really been up close to some of
yeah,
these cars, and she loved it. She was just like, wow,
yeah,
like wow, I had no idea. First of all, they were so big, or
yeah,
like where do the drivers sit? Like, can't believe it's so cramped, or
yeah,
like it was so eye opening, for us
yeah.
all, not just for my
No,
mum, but um, yeah, incredible. But like I said, just to be in that room, which you see all those smug, on Sky TV, they've got their little Oh,
Yeah,
I'm standing here in the if you haven't, in the in Fiorano in the Golden Room, with all these Ferraris, and if you haven't been, you've got to come. As if to say it's that easy. Get on a plane
yeah,
and just try and get in there, then, mate.
yeah,
So to be in that room where everyone wants
yeah,
to be, is like,
yeah,
yeah, mind blowing. And I'm
absolutely.
just so happy that all the clubs are experiencing this too
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
It's really nice that people get to experience it.
Yes, I mean it's
And
great from Ferrari that they put all this on for the members of the club, isn't it?
yeah,
They do go beyond expectations to do all these things for the club, which is
yeah.
yeah,
No, it's
mind
great.
blowing.
They split us into three groups. I think it was. We
Yeah,
all had earpieces, and we were all
yeah,
given a guided tour so we could hear what
yeah,
our tour guide was saying. Yeah, and it took I probably a couple of hours, maybe a bit longer than that,
yeah,
to go through everything.
yeah,
I'm probably forgetting a lot of stuff, but because there was a lot of walking involved
yeah,
between up the boulevard and stuff. So,
yeah,
um, but yeah, incredible, just ridiculous. And then after that, in the evening, we got to eat with the club at Montana, which
oh,
which
nice,
was
yeah,
just wonderful too. So, and again, just a great, you know what it's like in there. It's just fantastic, and
yeah.
to be around, you know, fans and great people from the club. It was just another level of
No, and obviously just to chat about the experience of the day, just to let it all out, and really
I
exciting
think
to talk
I,
about it.
I think a lot of us were still in shock, to be honest.
Yeah, so yeah, what you
Even
just
after
seen,
that, we sort of went for a few of us were drinks after that, and we were just sort of like, wow, can't believe we did that today. Like
because I suppose
that
you
was
don't really
incredible.
know what you're going to expect, do you, before you go? Is it just going to be a quick 20 minutes, have a look at this, and
Yeah,
yeah, thanks for coming, and
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
no,
that. So
it was great. We as we were welcomed in to the side into the reception area, we all had to sign in and sign
yeah,
these disclaimers, and then put little stickers over our phone cameras
yeah,
so we couldn't do anything. Um, and not that we would anyway. Well, I wouldn't
yeah,
certainly, but and and then they show this, there's a team that's sort of welcoming. They show this great video, and then
yeah,
they welcome you, show you where you're going to go, what you're going to see, and how it's going to work. And it's all very controlled and really slick and
yeah,
beautiful. So um, I think Peter was there with the Belgian club a week before we got
yeah,
there, or just a few days before, and he had a slightly different experience. Unfortunately, I think they cancelled or mixed up the times with
sure,
his club, so he got to experience a little less of the tour,
right, because
which was
that
a
to
shame.
fit them in, and it was all a bit tight, I guess.
I think they were planned to go in on the Monday
Yeah,
of that week. We were going in on the Friday. They were due, on the Monday. So, and I think because it was just after the Grand Prix,
yeah,
there probably was some stuff going on, or
yeah,
maybe
yeah, sure,
some things back from
yeah,
Mugello,
yeah,
sorry, from Imola, from the
yeah,
Mondali. So maybe there was too much going on. I don't know, but there was some
yeah,
confusion. They did eventually get their tour that day,
yeah,
but it was a little. I think it was a little bit shorter than
sure,
planned. So
yeah, because of
it was great
time.
for Pete. Yeah, so it was just great for Pete to because he was on our tour as well. So
Yeah,
he got the full Monty at that point, which was great. Um,
cool.
but yeah, honestly, the whole day is very, very special. And as I said to you, mate, and it broke our hearts that you weren't there. So I
Yes.
don't like talking
Sorry,
about it in
guys.
front of you,
Yeah,
because
just let people know. I was planning to go along, but I just couldn't get a flight from where I live, and it just wasn't to be, unfortunately. But I'm glad you and
there's a
everyone in the group had a fantastic time, and fingers crossed I can join next year and see what you've just spoke about because it sounds
you were sadly
incredible.
missed, my friend.
Yeah,
You were
thank
sadly
you.
missed. So yeah, there's always next time. That's the way I
There's
always
always
think. There's
next
always
time.
next
Yeah.
time.
Okay, Toby. So obviously you had the factory tour on the Friday. It was a Grand Prix weekend, which is great to be in Maranello
Mm.
for. It was the Mexican Grand Prix last weekend, of
Yeah,
course. And wow, we won
yeah.
the Grand Prix. You watched it in Massimo's bar,
I did. Yeah, there's a few of us that were going to go to the auditorium to watch it.
auditorium. Yeah.
Um, but it was busy. A lot of people did get in from the Island
Yeah,
Club, and that was great. But I kind of couldn't be bothered to walk up there. There's
yeah,
always another time to do that, and I don't feel it necessary to sort of
yeah.
kill
And also
myself to
sometimes
get
you
up there.
just want to maybe watch the Grand Prix with a beer. I don't know if you'll have to do that in there.
Yeah,
And
I've no
if it's
idea,
a
but
cinema thing, it's all great, but you just
yeah,
want to be chilling with maybe
and,
what beer.
yeah, we got comfortable with friends and
Yeah,
family
yeah,
at Massimo's, and
yeah,
and he had the TV set up, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to stop anyone if they'd like to go, but I said, but I think I'm
yeah,
going to hang here,
yeah.
and so a few people did, and France turned up. I don't know if you've met France, haven't you? So he's at the model Maranello store,
Yes, yeah,
stop up there, so he's got a
yeah,
few cars that he rents out, and he's very such a great character, sort of loud and knowledgeable actually, and a good
yeah,
driver too. So we get on very well, and and he was he's a big Max fan, of course, and being
yeah,
Dutch, so we had a bit of a laugh about that, and I said, mate, today it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2. And no, 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 it's all about Max, all about Max. And I said, mate, it's not. I said, here's the deal. I said, if we get Ferrari 1-2, you buy me and Pete a beer. I said, if you win, I said, we'll buy you a beer. Okay, okay. And of course, I think the first as the Grand Prix started, of course, Max goes into the lead, and we're sort of laughing and joking about it. And I think signs after the car, safety car came in,
yeah,
uh, he got Max, what was 1.5 seconds ahead or something like that on the end of lap 2 or 3 or whatever it was,
yeah.
and Signs immediately took half a second out of him and then just passed him. And it was like the looks around the room. We were screaming, and then of course the incident with Max and Lando, and Charles goes flying through, and we're
Yeah.
all in front of the TV just screaming. And anyway, about 30 laps later, two beers ended up just being pushed right in front of our faces, and
Well
it
done,
was
mate.
yeah, yeah, it was absolutely hysterical, but all in good fun.
Yeah,
He's a super cool guy. But so yeah, of course, the race was fantastic. We didn't get the 1-2, which was a little
yeah,
bit of a
sure.
shame.
Yeah, didn't quite.
Charles had that incident, and I think
Yeah,
his tires were
yeah,
not quite in the
no.
zone where they needed to be. But we did get 103, and of course the church bells were ringing, so we were
Yeah,
up
so
there.
you decided to run down to the
Yeah, I watched.
church to hear the bells ringing.
Yeah, a luxury. The guys at the auditorium, uh, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, they obviously just had to step outside and see
yeah,
that. But I was like, I want to go off and see that. So I just, absolutely pegged it up there, and
yeah.
just run it up there, for a couple of minutes, and of course there it was, and they're all ringing away, and yeah, I wanted to post that,
Was
but
there many people there at the time when you were there?
there were, yeah, lots of cars
Yeah,
honking, going by and
yeah,
doing things,
yeah.
and some of the footage I got, not so much cars, but because it was late, it was
Yeah,
late
of
there, so
course, yeah.
um, but it was still fantastic and lots of energy, but absolutely lots of
How long
energy.
does the bells ring for? I don't
Not
know.
long, maybe
No.
uh, 5 minutes ish, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Brilliant.
quite, maybe a little
Yeah.
longer.
So you're lucky if you hear it. So to get that sort of just
Yeah,
that timing. I presume
yeah.
do the bell ringers just sort of they get out of the house and just run to the church and start ringing the
You know
bells?
what? I'm not sure. I was trying to figure that out, whether it's someone local or whether it's is
Yeah,
it the priest, or not.
yeah,
I don't know. But apparently, the priest of that church is new and he's younger, and he lives in
right,
Modena. So
right.
I'm not sure whether that's.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
just
know whether
wondered because
he
obviously
sort of.
they've got to be aware of what's going on in a race, even if they're not maybe that into Formula One. I don't know if they just yeah.
They've just got to beat its tradition. They've got to do it.
Yeah, and there's just maybe just got to sort of get alerted, right? Got to get myself there quickly.
I was trying to
Um,
figure out whether they know it's a late race, so they just hang out,
yeah,
and think, well,
yeah,
if they don't win, I'll just go home, or if they win, I'm here.
yeah. Maybe they're there and they sort of yeah. Okay, we've got to ring the bells, or nope.
Yeah,
We can all go home. Unfortunately,
yeah.
we haven't
But I
won the
mean,
race.
I think they must be fans because they must be watching the race because as soon as it finishes, they're out
Yeah,
there doing it.
yeah,
Monaco is the same.
yeah,
And I mean, they must do it. So
yeah. Sure. Yeah.
um, yeah, but yeah, it was just cool to see it because in the daylight it's different, and at night, so both now, we've had
Sure,
so.
that's it. Cool.
um
And then afterwards,
yeah,
was there a little bit of a sort of post party with people around having a few
yeah,
drinks?
yeah. There's lots of places open, having a few drinks and celebrating and flag waving, cars honking, all of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
and all the way back as you're walking along. If you're
yeah,
wearing anything red, people are
yeah,
honking the horns and waving
yeah,
flags out the cars, and yeah, it's great. It's Maranello after a win. I
yeah,
mean, what can you
yeah.
say?
No,
It's
sounds
just to
incredible.
just to be in the heart of it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but Massimo's place was busy, and he's always such an amazing host, isn't he? So,
yeah,
um,
absolutely. Yeah.
so yeah, we were all having lots of fun and lots of laughs, and
Okay, thanks, Toby, for giving us all the insight in your weekend at Maranello, the factory tour, and seeing that win in Maranello. Um,
yeah,
Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. And let's hope we have a good Brazilian Grand Prix. The McLarens look mighty good, but fingers crossed for another win. That'd be great. So from me, Forza Ferrari.
Forza Ferrari and Forza Scuderia Ferrari Club at Cork Island. You guys rock, and let's do this. And Forza Ferrari tomorrow. Let's go kill Brazil. Excellent. Not literally. I mean, let's win. So, see you guys.
See you guys. Take care.